Okay. So today, we're gonna go through ProcSql. So basically, SQL is called structured query language. SQL means structured query language. Whenever you have a database, okay, kind of any database, a database is something that we normally have, memory, memory in our phones, right? It's a small memory. But on the other end, when we have a large data and each data to be structured and each data to have some kind of a in a form that it should have column names and followed by data. So those kind of data, it's in a large format, those to be stored in kind of some different allocations. Okay, we normally stored in a CPUs. So we consider that that database to be a large CPUs. Okay, large memory units. So it's a complete it's a complete uh, different memory units where you store large data sets. In order to retrieve data from those kind of databases, we use SQL. So SQL, which means structured query language. SQL is the only language where you can is the only language where you can retrieve the data from the database. There is no other language apart from SQL not to to retrieve the data. Whenever you want to hit the SQL language, this is the only language to retrieve the data. Got it, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no, there are other languages, to retrieve the data, but the basic and the foremost thing where each and every person can understand, based on its structure and uh, its format, it is the best language to hit the database and to extract the data. Okay. So basically, uh, whatever we perform in SAS, we can even perform in SQL also. But there are few, but there are few constraints to be followed. Okay. Yeah. So mainly, so see, if it is out of SAS, okay, if out of SAS, it will be just be a SQL where we depend on where where we just hit the database. But if as this is in SAS, so SQL ingested in SAS, it's called ProcSql because apart from base SAS, anything that is ingested into the SAS that comes under as a procedure. Okay, so that's the reason we call it as a procedure SQL, ProcSql. Yeah. So basically, we have
Yeah.
six statements, the most important statements. I would say these are, um, these are the statements where any programmer should know to hit the database. First thing is ProcSql, okay, and then select statement, and then f- first thing is select statement. So select means either you can use whichever columns you want to select. Okay. So, a database, a data set or a table will have many columns, right? So, in order to retrieve all the columns at once, or you want to retrieve just few columns, okay? Few columns in the sense we use keep statement in our SAS, right? Keep statement or keep option. The same way we use select here, okay? Either so in select there are two options. One is if you want to extract all the data, we normally use select star. Or else if you want to extract only limited columns, we use, for example, consider SAS class, we use select name, comma, age, comma, sex, comma, height. Okay? So this is the way. Right, ma'am?
Yeah.
From the next step is from. table.
SAS help
SAS help dot
dot class.
class from. So where is the expression that what is where? So where is used to filter the data?
Yeah.
Okay, filter the data. Where age equal to 16. Okay, and then so group by. So group by is something that it is used to calculate. Okay, it is we normally calculate the sum, mean, median. Okay, with the help of proc means and other sum statement or sum functions we have, right? So group by is something
Okay.
that we calculate those kind of function, those kind of summing up functions in SQL. Summing up next on all these count, to count something, to sum something, to median something in this in that way. Okay, so that is group by. And next one is having expression. So, okay, once you group data, apply filter on the grouped data. For example, you have summed up the data and you are getting a sum of some. For example, you are doing a sum of height based on the ages. Okay, and on the sum up, for example, you have around uh, people with different ages. Okay, people with 16, you have around four people, okay, four persons, and people with 17, you have three persons, and so on. And what you're doing, you're grouping up the data based on the sum of height. Okay, this considers sum of height. And you want to make sure the sum of height should be less than or equal to some value. So in those scenarios, use having expression. Okay, right, ma'am?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Next one is order by. So we use proc sort, right? The same thing, order by. So what does proc sort do? It sorts the column names, the columns based on the respective column we provide in the sort statement. Okay, I mean in the by statement. The same way here, prox order by. So
Order.
order by columns. So whichever columns you want to specify to get sorted, so those you mention here. Okay, yeah. So let's start with a simple expression where age equal to 16 and group by, okay, so group by weight, we use group by age, group by age, having uh, sum of weight greater than equal to 100, uh, order by age. Okay, ProcSql. So ProcSql should always end with quit.
Wait.
So name, age, height, always make sure, okay, whenever you have a group by statement, okay, so which means you are grouping on age, okay. So why are you grouping on age? Because you are doing some kind of a summation, I mean some kind of an analytical function. Whenever you use an analytical function, the data should always be grouped. Okay. So sum of weight. Right, ma'am? Sum of weight as, for example, you want to change the sum of weight to some different name. So total weight. Got it, ma'am? So we use as to make sure that it is so sum of weight as total weight. I want to call the sum of weight to be a total weight instead of weight. Got it, ma'am?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll done this step. Okay, so based on scenario, where age greater than 16. Okay, anyways, 16. It is required of 16. So I see a total weight of greater than 100. Age above 16. I only have one weight, one person. Is it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. So if you select ProcSql, select star from SAS help dot class
Mm.
quit. So this simple statement just like proc. Okay.
Contents.
No, yeah, proc contents or normal data
मुझे
statements.
रख दे.
If you want to create a new table, create table uh, class, select. Okay. Okay. So this is the statement. If you omit this particular statement, it won't create a new table. It will only display only the so if you only start from select, it will only display the result. Okay. But if you want to create a new table, you have to mention this particular statement. Create table, table name, create table, and this table name which you are giving table as again select start from so and so table. Okay. Okay. Let's see. That's Philip. So Philip has okay. Okay, he's the only person who have greater than 16 is the last value. Okay, my bad. My bad. Anyways, doesn't matter. But so SAS has a special feature that uh, you can simply use group by with only one, with only one type of a no, you can simply use group by with one variable. Okay, but apart from SAS, if you go out of SAS, if you go out of SAS, you can also use the same kind of a expression. Okay, when you use a simple SQL language in different SQL environments. Okay, we have many environments like Oracle based on the database, the SQL code slightly changes. For example, you have Oracle's or you have Oracle database, Teradata database, Sybase. There are many bases. For example, Microsoft, we have database. There are different databases. Okay, so for each database, there will be slight changes in the queries. So in those queries, you won't mention ProcSql. We only mention select, the select statement to order by. That's it. Okay, it's not
Okay.
mandatory that you'll be using all at once, based on requirement only. Okay, but out of SAS, whenever you use by group by, so it is mandatory to have all the all the mentioned column names in the select clause to be used in the group by statement. Right, ma'am? So in SAS,
Okay.
SAS has a special feature of not of using a limited group by values. I mean, limited group by uh, variables. But out of SAS, whenever you use group by, so it is mandatory to have all the variables which are present in the select clause should be in the group by statement. Got it, ma'am? Okay. Yeah. So remember, if you see carefully, the previous log, okay, it asked us the query requires remerging summary statistics back with the original data because we are only grouping with the age. So this kind of a note will always come. Okay. So whenever we use all the mentioned variables in the select clause, okay.
Yeah.
So this kind of note won't be there. Okay. Yeah. So they just to make sure the data is correctly populating. Only SAS has the kind of feature. Got it, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. So next one. Yeah, I'll just quickly go through some important. So, yeah. Yeah. So it's the same like SAS. So in SAS we use data. We call a table to be data set. In SQL we call it to be a table. So in SAS we call
Okay.
observation as the row. I mean we have rows, right? Rows and columns, right? In SAS we call the
Yeah.
rows to be observations and columns to be variables. So in SQL we call the rows as rows, columns as columns. Okay, it will be it will be our normal usage term, but in SAS it will be SAS usage term, which are observation and variables. Okay, yeah. As I said previously, yeah. So these are all yeah, functions which we normally use. Yeah. So I'll just show you another one. Yeah. In this way, let me just jump into this particular thing. So we have been looking into this sample data, right? Second, document. So whenever we hit the database, we always use ProcSql. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So in SAS, and whenever you want to extract data from database, we always use ProcSql. So this syntax here. ProcSql connect to ODBC. So here, I mean, connect to ODBC, which is the database. So based on the database, the name here, instead of ODBC, it will be a different name based on the database the company uses. Okay. So if it is Oracle, we mention connect to Oracle. If it is some kind of a Sybase, we mention Sybase. If it is a Teradata, we mention it as Teradata. Okay. So,
Okay.
so here connect to ODBC. ODBC. So here data source. So first thing is data source. Some kind of, it will be based on the data source of the particular company. User equal to username. And password equal to your password. Okay.
Yeah.
These will be given to you by the company. Okay. But the syntax is important. The syntax won't change to company. The syntax will be always the same for any company, for any kind of a database. Okay. This syntax here. Got it, ma'am? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next one is create table. So from after this one, this is the next syntax. Create table name as select star from connection to ODBC. Okay. So here you're creating a new table by mentioning this particular statement. Select star from connection to ODBC. Okay. And in between these two brackets, it is your query. Okay. In between these two brackets, it is your query. Whatever query you want to mention in order to fetch the data, you mention in between these two brackets, these two parentheses. Okay. So now so recently we have mentioned this particular statement, right? Prox equal sorry select to order by. The same you can mention here. Okay. So these three lines mean you are connecting to you are connecting no you are attempting to connect to database, and from the database you're creating a table called DAT11. Okay, DAT11. Okay. From that you are selecting some data. So here I'm selecting some kind of a date format, get date -1. Okay, that's it. Nothing more than that. And then once you close this, so always make sure you open and close brackets, and it should end with the semicolon, and then disconnect from ODBC. This is very important. And then quit.
Mhm.
Okay. So this syntax, this is syntax for any ProcSql whenever you want, whenever you want to connect to database. Okay. So for example, so you have fetched the data from the database. So you're selecting select star from a table. Make it as a some cars table. Okay, from cars table. So select star from cars. That's it. You're done. Okay. And post that, what you do? So this is your table name. I mean, I know as we don't have in database, I can't fetch the data. Okay. Suppose that you have here your table name. And again, you want to do some kind of for example, this consider this to be a class data set. Okay. Suppose that you are done with fetching the data. Okay. Now what you do, you want to do some operations onto the data which you have fetched. Okay. Yeah. So here, and the next step you no more need to write these connect queries again, because this connect queries is only to fetch the data from the database. That's it. Okay. So once you have the table in your work library, you can start your normal operations, which is from ProcSql. Either you want to create the table, create table new as select. Okay. So here in the from you will mention this is a class data set. That's it. Class. That's it. Right. So sorry, dat level, not class, dat level. Right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what normally you do in terms of ProcSql. First you connect to database, and after that you do whatever you want to do in terms of data, data wrangling or data transformation or data manipulation with just the help of ProcSql. Or else you just want to look into the data and but you don't want to create a new table. You'll just ignore this step.
Okay.
Okay, got it, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we have other feature which is called distinct. Okay, so whenever you want to retrieve data, so once you have retrieved the data, and post that you want to remove the duplicates from the data. So what you do, you always we mention distinct. Distinct. Okay. Once you mention the distinct, okay, so it removes whatever possible duplicates it finds on the data. Right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, if you see, yeah, delete duplicate rows. We mention distinct. Okay. Yeah.
So it checks the entire row, or if it finds in one column, it finds the duplicate, it deletes.
Yes, ma'am.
How
Yes.
it works?
So so you're mentioning the distinct at the start, right?
Uh,
Okay. So whenever it sees something with the name, with the kind of its similar name, it removes the data.
entire row will
Yes,
be
yeah,
removed.
obviously, right? Enter will be, will be removed, right? Even even so, tell me what happens, when you use proc sort by name. For example, if it finds duplicates in name, does it only remove the name and make it as a blank value, or does it remove the entire row?
Removes the entire row.
The same thing here.
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever duplicates means whenever you find duplicates, it removes the entire row, not just the single line. Sorry, not a
Okay.
single column.
Valid.
Okay. Because single value, if you remove it, then there is no use of duplication, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it finds like age now in the SAS help class, the age is like 13 and again 13 for one more student.
Mm-hmm.
Then, then what it does? The name will be different, but the age is same.
No, no. So whichever, let's see, whichever duplication we want, we remove based on that, right? You got my point?
Hmm.
So what do we know? For example, in proc sort, what do we do, ma'am? In proc sort, um,
Okay.
by, so I know in proc sort, uh, no loop key by age, right? Right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. The same thing here. What you do, you mention age, you mention distinct of age, and then the remaining column. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to show some kind of examples here. Yeah, if you see here, just say yeah, okay. So for example, yeah. So here, so if you see here, distinct of weight, comma married. Oh, sorry. Okay. So this removes in combination of these two. Okay. So whichever we mention in combination of different no. So we mentioned select distinct of weight, sorry, name, height, weight, right? So whichever it finds that the distinct the duplicate rows, it removes based on those data. Okay. So if you want to remove only based on weight, sorry, based on only age, you mention select distinct of age. Okay. As I told previously. Got it, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next one. So if you want to remove the entire data, so we use distinct star. Okay. Yeah. So remember, I know we used. Okay, I'll just go to this prox SQL macros. Yeah. Okay. Intercolumn is SQL. Okay. Let's run this. So we have calls input, right, in macros. So what does calls input do? So how does calls input work in macros, ma'am?
Oh, that's simple.
Hmm.
It creates
Hmm.
it creates macros.
Yeah, how does it do? Okay. So calls input creates macro variables from the data step. Okay.
Okay.
So age 14 greater. So age less than greater than 14. Then calls input status adult. Else calls input status minor. So here we are mentioning the first is macro variable. The second is the value which I assign to the macro variable. Okay. The same thing for ProcSql into column. So into column. Into column is something that whenever you want to, okay, whenever you want to retrieve data and you want to store it in a macro variable, you mention into column. Okay, for example, I consider this statement, this data, DS1, select ID, name, age. Okay, so here, okay, so this is a syntax of using intercolon ProcSql. Okay, ProcSql, select name. Okay, name. You want to only select name into colon. What is the macro variable name? Name one. Okay, once you mention into so select and then the respective column names or column name into column name one from SAS help dot class. Okay, here you mention name one. Okay, you get all the entire data. Sorry, not
Okay.
sorry, not the entire data. This result, but here
Names.
only name Alfred. Remember whenever we use call the same name in calls input, what we got in the first variable. I mean, what we get in terms of which name got assigned to the macro to
Like
the
we got the last one.
right last one, right? So in
Yeah.
in intercolon we get the first one. Okay, by default in intercolon we get the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Next one. Sum of salary into colon salary from DS1. So here we are mentioning sum of salary. So whatever the salary is in the particular data set, you get the salary into the this salary variable 129,500. It is the total salary. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
For example, uh, you want to make sure you have all the data. It's not just one variable. You want all the variables into the different macro variables. Okay. This is syntax. So I want sum of salary, comma name, comma age into macro variable. So I mentioned sum of salary, comma name, comma age into colon salary. Okay, in salary you will be getting sum of salary. Okay, comma, comma, then again colon name. So name you are mentioning from EMP employee name one hyphen again colon employee name four because I only have four employee names, right? This is the
Okay.
data. I only have four. Sorry, I have
Good.
uh, four or five. One, two, three, four, five. I have
Five.
five. One, two. Let's see. Okay. So consider here I'm only considering four employee names. And again, age. I'm considering only age. One age. Colon age. Okay. Separated by this pipe. Separated by pipe symbol from DS. Okay. Let's see. If we see, you'll be getting in this way. Okay. Bad. With RST. Okay. If I'll mention, let me mention all things. We see here, what is the salary we got? Salary equal to, I mentioned salary equal to ampersand salary. So we got total salary. The total salary. And I'm mentioning, I'm also when I want to invoke the data for EMP1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth, right? So I mentioned all four because I only mentioned all four. So I got all four data. Okay. Next, age. Okay. So what did I do here? Instead of mentioning 1 to 4, I simply mention colon age separated by pipe symbol. So I'll get all the ages, all the age data separated by this pipe. Okay. So in this way, we can fetch our data. Depends on the usage. Clear, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you mention colon ampersand employee name, we get all the employee names.
Sorry. Decent employee names.
Colon colon ampersand employee name.
Why again ampersand? didn't get you. Can you come again?
Call an employee name. Why we are not getting all the employee names? Like call an age means we got the ages of 5 employees.
No, no. You
So if we
see,
mention,
colon age separated
hmm,
by pipe. I told you colon age separated by pipe.
okay.
Okay.
So
So
if
when
we
you
mention
use,
call,
if you,
yeah.
so, yeah, go on, go ahead.
So if we write like call an employee name separated by pipe,
Mm, mm.
we can we get all the employee names?
Yes, yes. For example, okay, I'll take a new one. So instead of separated by pipe,
Yeah.
I mentioned comma. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. If you see here, ABC, comma
Okay.
DEF, comma MNO, comma S, and so on. Okay. In this
Okay.
way we get. Yeah. Got it, man?
Yeah.
Clear? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what we use into colon.
Okay.
And again, coming to ProcSql, yeah. So we have in apart from ProcSql, we have joins. So we learned about merges, right? During our
Yeah.
system. The same way, we also use joins. So this second, where did we use it?
Combining data sets.
Oh, yeah. First one is left join. So we use left merge, right? The same way we in SAS no we don't need to sort the data and again do merge and all. No, we can directly mention select a dot star, okay, comma b dot star, because from pad data, for example, I have these two data sets. Okay, yeah. So in order to write the left join, we normally use create table name as select a dot star. So why a dot star? So we are mentioning, we are representing our data set, okay, our patient data set as A, okay, as A, some alias name, and again this adverse data set as B. So instead of mentioning pad data dot star, comma adverse dot star, it'll be lengthy, right? So we just simply mention select A dot star, comma B dot star from patient data A. A second. Okay. Left join or left auto join, anything is fine. Left join adverse B on. So on is a condition that, so we used to use sorry, merge, right? Merge pat adverse inequal to B by PID.
Yeah.
If you want to use left, we use simply mention if A then output. Which means what does it do, ma'am? It'll give us the left table data, okay, and also the
Yeah.
matching, and also the matching. I mean, it give us the left table data, all the matching and non-matching records of left table, and and also will give the columns from right table, right? Remember,
Matching. Yeah.
matching columns from the right table. All the columns,
Yeah.
whichever matching, whichever the new columns in the right table, we'll get in the final data. The same way here. So we
Okay.
use if A, right? If A then output, right? The same way on. So we use here on
Okay.
A dot PID. Okay, equal to b dot PID. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are using a key variable called PID. So we are joining because we believe PID to be a distinct value. Okay, a unique value for each and every customer. So how do we do? We join the two data to two tables with the help of PID.
Okay.
Got it, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. The same thing for inner join. Okay, the simply for right join. RIGHT. For right join. Okay, right outer join or right join and was the same. So what does a right join do? It will give you the right table data, the matching records and the non-matching records of right table data, and also the columns from no columns present in the left, and also the new columns or the new columns present in the left table will be in the final output data. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what does inner join do, ma'am?
It gives only the matching
Yeah, matching
matching
records.
columns of
No,
both
records,
tables.
records, records. Matching records,
Matching
right?
records.
Columns, will anyways come from both the table. Here,
Okay.
no, our intention is to have the records in both columns. So
Records.
columns, because in columns there won't be any kind of matching columns, right? Because matching, for example, you have matching columns in both the data, in both the tables. Okay, you're getting only one column. Then right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Matching records from
matching records from both the data. So we
the
simply
both
mention
tables.
inner join. Okay. Yeah. Next one, full join. We mentioned full outer join. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is where we use joins. Okay. Now let's go through a few more examples in SQL. Yes. How to sort data, filter. Yeah. So for example, filter data. So we have between function. Remember, we used to use between where between. So I mean, where salary between 4,000 and 5,000. Remember, ma'am? The same way here.
Yeah.
Okay, same way here we mentioned where salary between 4,500 and 6,000. That's it. Same way for contains also. Remember contains?
Yeah.
Hmm. So why do we use in SAS in operator in the where condition?
In we when we have
Right. More values. When you have only
more
one value
values.
in the where condition, we use equal to. When you have more values, we use in. The same way
In.
in yeah, same way here. For example, you want to locate all the missing values. Okay. For example, we want to locate all the missing values. We simply use where where a column. For example, you have missing values in name. So you want to look at the data where you have missing values in a particular column. So you mention where some column name is missing. Okay.
Okay.
For example, ProcSql select star from class class where name is missing. But as we don't have any missing values, it will give us the okay. And give it, so no selected. Okay. So it means there are
Yeah.
no missing values, right?
Yeah.
Next one. So same way the like operator works. Remember like operator? The star, the percentage and the underscore. Ma'am?
Yeah. Like these are where operators, one table was there, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So we used percentage and underscore. The
Mm-hmm.
same way it works here. Just go to go to the operators. No, they are very
Yeah,
important. Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah. So the rest all manipulations, rest all manipulations will be the same even here and the SAS also. Okay. The main important is this the one. Then joins and this one. And remember this
okay,
sequence. Okay.
yeah,
First select, then from, then where, then group by, having order by. Okay.
yeah,
This sequence. So even he mentioned a specific way. Okay. A mnemonic to memorize. Some French waiters grow healthy oranges. So all the SFWGHO in this way. Some French waiters grow healthy oranges. So in this way,
yeah,
you can remember because this is very important, man. Once you, for example, if you get mist, no, if you mistake, if you use or mistook, using group by before where, no, it will be complete chaos. No, it will be errors and all. Okay, make sure to use this condition as it is. First, what you do, we select the data, and then we select data from so and so table, right? So that's a
those,
primary
yeah,
usage. And then if you want you do some filter conditions, we use filter conditions. Okay?
yeah,
And then and if you don't want to do the filter conditions, you can omit this and then you can use this group by. Okay?
okay,
You can directly use this group by without the filter condition as I mentioned. Okay? And if you have group by, if you want to use having you should have group by. Okay, having
okay,
works on the grouped data. Okay, got it, ma'am.
yeah,
Yeah, and order by something called sort. So even if you don't mention these two, group by and where, group these three, no, you want to no, you just want to see the data in a sorted form. Okay, use sort by. That's it. Use order by directly. No, no, you can
okay,
omit these three and directly use order by. That's it.
yeah,
Yeah. So this is what you do. But whenever you try to use all these uh six statements, use in the same order. But if you want to omit a one, make sure you omit whatever you omit, and make sure you don't use for example you don't use without you use having without group by. That's not the right way.
okay,
Okay? Yeah. This is what the sequel, ma'am. You can go through this particular this website for more information and for more examples. And let me know if you have any questions on this one.
yeah,
So for anything, our base is this one. Our base code is this one. These expressions. Okay?
okay.
Yeah. Any questions, ma'am, until we have learned in this session?
It's clear.
Okay. So
So,
yeah.
uh, can you explain this uh, implicit pass-through, explicit pass-through? I have studied somewhere.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Proxy,
Yeah, I'll tell you. So basically, we have two types of data extractions. One is implicit pass-through query, other one is explicit pass-through query. Okay. So implicit
yeah,
means within the SAS, usage of SAS, base SAS. So whenever you use libname statement, remember, using
okay,
libname
yeah,
statement to extract data. So that is called implicit pass-through query. And whenever you use
okay.
ProcSql to extract data, that is called explicit pass-through query. And in the a few minutes back, we went through data extraction query, right, in ProcSql. So that is called explicit pass-through query. Right, ma'am?
So in
Yeah.
implicit, we are not using ProcSql.
No. Explicit ProcSql implicit is libname statement.
Okay,
Yeah. So just may have a blah. Just have a what do you call just just remember in this way. Okay. So till now we used
Yeah,
SAS. So whatever is
yeah.
SAS, it is the SAS data, SAS and everything, it belongs to SAS. Okay. SQL
Yeah,
is something it is out of SAS. SAS,
yeah.
SAS did not create SQL. SQL is something different. SQL is
Okay.
been ingested to SAS. Okay. So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
call so we call that to be a explicit pass because it is out of the SAS. No,
yeah,
just remember it to be a explicit because it is out of SAS, and implicit because it is libname statement.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay, clear.
yeah. So you can just simply mention uh, a difference between implicit and I'm sorry. Yeah. So it says both parser queries allow for processing data within database management, rather bringing all data. The key difference is lies in SQL is SQL. Okay. For example, this is okay. You write standard SAS code, example ProcSql statements, data step line with lib name, pointing the database. SAS then attempts to translate. Okay, there's no. Okay. Yeah. So here it is the implicit pass-through query using libname statement, right? The same way. The same way we use libname statement to extract data. Remember, using the same at the start. I told you this, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
To
So
import the data, we
using
use libname.
libname, right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either we can extract data with the help of libname or else this is explicit using ProcSql.
Okay.
ProcSql. Okay. Yeah. Right, ma'am. So here, what are we doing? We are simply once we got the data, we are simply doing some data wrangling with the help of ProcSql. But here we are fetching the data with the help of ProcSql. Using connect to Oracle, user, password in this way.
Okay.
That's the difference. Yeah, go through it, ma'am. Go through this, both things, go through the difference between these two. You'll find something,
Yeah.
some interesting statements. Okay. Actually,
Okay.
there's an interview question for, for people with an experience of 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, I'm watching this interview question and answers. There I found this implicit
Yeah,
explicit
yeah,
pass
yeah,
through.
yeah. There's an interview question. Yeah.
Yeah. And what is the difference we can see in DB2 database? Like
Right.
some are
DB2.
mentioning like
Mm-hmm.
they
Yeah.
have they have to be experienced with DB2.
Okay.
What will happen with DB2?
So DB2 is a database, ma'am. So I
Yeah.
told you right at the start, each database has its own kind of a some kind of different statements in using SQL.
Okay.
Okay. So for Oracle, so whatever I taught is for the Oracle. Oracle.
Okay.
Okay. Some company will use Oracle, some company will use Sybase, some company will use DB2. The only change is
Mm-hmm.
the database. So mostly on entirety, the code will be same. There will be a slight
Mm-hmm.
change in around 5 to 10% of codes. Only those codes which you normally don't use. Yeah.
Okay.
They'll ask you because they just ask you whether you have worked on DBT or not. You can say yes.
Yeah.
The only thing is you have to mention instead of Oracle, you have to mention DB2. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. There'll be some kind of slight change in the databases. Once you go through go through internet, you get the source. No problem. But the coding will be almost same. There won't be much of a change. There'll be
Okay.
few
Fine.
functions will be add on to DB2. That's it. No,
Okay.
those you hardly use it. But once you go through the, once you go to search on that, you'll be, it'll be easy for you because
Yeah.
there are many databases in the market. So each has some kind of changes, a slight changes. That's it, not more than that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Any other question?
When we can have a session like interview question answers or any doubts to clarify, when we
Uh,
can have a session.
no, okay. Ma'am, no, you can post your doubt in the group chat. Okay, there's no
Okay.
problem in that. Whenever you have doubt, post it. Okay, the same day. I mean, I'll find some time at the at the day end, and I'll reply you.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So regarding the interview questions, give me some time. And actually, I'm going. No, I'm going on a vacation from today. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, mostly in next week I'll be coming back. I mean, next week I'll come back by weekend. Uh, so we'll see if I have a if we can have a session in the second week of October.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So don't hesitate now if you have any questions in terms of this basis and advances. Any new topic and all, just post me. Just post on the WhatsApp. I'll find some time
Okay.
and I'll reply you.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And did you inform Kamal sir
Yeah. Yeah.
regarding the sessions?
Yes, yes. I informed him. I'm just still waiting for his reply. I'll just call him again today. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you
Mm.
please call him
Sure.
and
Sure.
ask him to start the session? Hello?
Sorry. Yeah. My mic, went on mute. So sure, I'll inform him and, yeah, I'll inform him. Mostly, I'll make sure to start the sessions as early as possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anything else, ma'am, apart from this one?
Nothing, sir. It's clear
Okay.
the topics.
Okay. Fine, ma'am. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so
So
much, Rajiv.
yeah, thank you so much,
I
ma'am.
feel we learned some SAS.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So I'll just upload this recording. I mean, this is the only recording I have left. Okay, I'll
yeah.
upload this recording.
Okay.
Please go to these recordings, ma'am, and even go to those handouts. Okay, so
Yeah,
there'll
sir.
be few more topics, which I haven't covered from the handout. Please go through those also. Okay, and if you have any questions, go to this website called Listen Data. So it'll have more and more examples on SAS. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, apart from that, if you have any questions, you can also go to this chat GPT, all the, all the, chat GPT like models we have. If you still don't understand, just ping me in WhatsApp. I'll find some time and I'll reply you.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Sure, ma'am? Yeah. If
Thank
nothing
you.
else,